What if I told you that in just 3 days, you could completely change your life? Not by luck, not by chance, but by a single decision. Most people waste years waiting for the right moment to improve their relationships, whether it is with a partner, friends, family, or even themselves. They say, "I'll be more patient when I'm less stressed," or "I'll communicate better when the time is right." But the truth is, the right time never comes unless you create it. We are conditioned to believe that personal growth is slow, that it takes years of therapy, self-help books, or waiting for external circumstances to align. But the reality, change, begins the moment you take action. You do not need more knowledge, you need application. And that is where Stoicism comes in. This ancient but practical philosophy has stood the test of time, showing people how to master their emotions, build stronger relationships, and live with purpose. The key to transformation, embracing discomfort and breaking old patterns. If you commit to that for just 3 days, if you truly apply these Stoic principles to your interactions, you will see a profound shift. Less conflict, more inner peace, and deeper connections. So, are you ready? Because in the next few minutes, I will show you exactly how to take control of your life and relationships, starting now. Have you ever had a day where you were busy from morning to night, yet when you looked back, you could not pinpoint a single meaningful achievement? That is because most people mistake busyness for productivity. They spend their days reacting, checking emails, responding to messages, handling last-minute tasks, without making real progress toward their goals. The truth is, productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. And that starts with setting clear daily priorities and sticking to them. The power of 3 priorities. There was a time when I thought I was productive just because I was constantly working. I would wake up, check my phone first thing in the morning, answer urgent messages, and then jump into my day without a real plan. By the time evening came, I was exhausted. But when I looked at what I actually achieved, it felt like nothing meaningful got done. It was like running on a treadmill, moving a lot but going nowhere. Everything changed when I started applying the rule of 3, choosing just 3 non-negotiable priorities each day. Instead of letting my day be dictated by distractions, I focused on these key tasks that, if completed, would make the day a success. The shift was immediate. I got more done in less time. I felt in control of my schedule. And most importantly, I was making real progress toward bigger goals. The morning ritual that makes priorities stick. It is easy to set priorities, but the challenge is sticking to them, especially when distractions and procrastination creep in. That is why you need a morning ritual to lock in your focus. Here is a simple yet effective morning ritual to anchor your day. Visualization. Before starting your day, take 2 minutes to picture yourself completing your 3 priorities. Imagine the sense of accomplishment. This primes your brain to focus on what truly matters. Breath work. Take a deep breath in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and exhale for 4 seconds. This calms your mind and strengthens your focus. Write your priorities down. Physically, writing your top 3 tasks for the day increases accountability and makes them feel more concrete. Start with the most important task. Before checking your phone, emails, or social media, tackle your number 1 priority first. Win the morning, and you set the tone for the rest of the day. Key takeaway: movement is not progress. Focus is just because you are busy does not mean you are productive. If you are not intentional about your daily priorities, you will spend your time reacting to life instead of creating the life you want. Productivity is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters most. For the next 3 days, challenge yourself to set 3 clear priorities each morning. Follow the morning ritual to reinforce focus, and start your day by tackling the most important task first. If you commit to this, you will notice a shift. You will feel more in control, less overwhelmed, and more accomplished than ever before. So, are you ready to stop running in circles and start making real progress? Then start tomorrow with 3 priorities and stick to them. Your environment is a direct reflection of your mental state. A cluttered desk, a messy room, or an overloaded digital workspace does not just make things harder to find, it creates mental chaos. When your surroundings are in disarray, your mind feels scattered, overwhelmed, and unfocused. Think about the last time you walked into a clean, organized space. Did it feel calm, clear, and refreshing? That is not a coincidence. The state of your physical space affects your mental clarity, stress levels, and even your ability to make decisions. Decluttering is not just about tidying up. It is about eliminating unnecessary distractions so your mind can focus on what truly matters. If you want to feel more in control, disciplined, and focused, start by decluttering your space. The mental burden of clutter. For a long time, I told myself that my workspace did not affect me. My desk was always covered in papers, notebooks, and coffee cups. My digital life was even worse. Hundreds of unread emails, cluttered folders, and non-stop notifications. I convinced myself that it was just organized chaos, that I knew where everything was. But deep down, I felt a constant, low-level stress, like an invisible weight on my mind. One day, I decided to test something. I spent an hour completely decluttering my desk, deleting unnecessary digital files, and reorganizing everything. Did not expect much, but something unexpected happened. I felt lighter. My focus improved. My stress levels dropped. That was when I realized something important. Clutter is not just physical. It is mental. The mess around me had been subtly draining my energy without me even realizing it. Decluttering is about making space for what matters. Many people think decluttering means throwing everything away and embracing minimalism. But the goal is not to own less. It is to make space for what truly matters. Decluttering is about removing distractions so that your mind is free to focus on your goals, relationships, and personal growth. Here are some key principles to keep you in mind. Everything you own should serve a purpose. If something does not add value to your life, whether it is an old book, a gadget you never use, or a pile of papers, ask yourself, do I really need this? If not, let it go. Your space should support your focus. Your desk, bedroom, and digital workspace should be organized in a way that helps you stay clear-headed and productive. Decluttering is not just physical, it is mental and emotional. Sometimes we hold on to things because they represent past memories, past mistakes, or even fear of letting go. But clearing space is about moving forward. How a clean space boosts discipline and reduces stress. A clean space does more than just look good. It trains your mind for discipline. When you clean and organize your environment, you are practicing control over your surroundings. This same mindset spills over into other areas of life. How you manage your time, your habits, and even your emotional responses. Cluttered spaces increase decision fatigue. The more visual distractions you have, the more mentally drained you feel, making it harder to focus on important tasks. A clean space is a form of self-respect. When you take care of your environment, you send a message to yourself. I value my time, my space, and my peace of mind. Your space shapes your mind. If you have been feeling overwhelmed, scattered, or unmotivated, take a look around you. Your environment could be the reason. For the next 3 days, challenge yourself to declutter your workspace. Organize your room. Delete unnecessary digital clutter. See how much lighter and more focused you feel. A cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind, but when you clear the noise, you create space for clarity, discipline, and success. Every day we wake up with a mind full of thoughts, some clear, some chaotic, and some that go completely unnoticed but still affect our emotions and actions. Most people never take the time to process their thoughts, which is why they feel overwhelmed, stressed, or unsure of their direction. Instead, they dive straight into their phones, emails, or the demands of the world, reacting instead of reflecting. But imagine if you started each day with complete clarity, knowing exactly what your thinking what you're feeling and what you need to focus on. That's the power of morning journaling. Journaling isn't about writing poetry or crafting a perfect essay. It's about self-awareness, getting your thoughts out of your head and onto paper so you can make sense of them, process them, and move forward with intention. Writing down thoughts first thing in the morning clears mental fog. Your mind is like a glass of water. When you wake up, it's often cloudy, filled with thoughts from yesterday, stress about the future, and emotions you haven't fully processed. Journaling clears the water. It helps you dump out the mental clutter, so your mind is fresh, sharp, and ready to focus. A simple brain dump can work wonders. Before checking your phone or talking to anyone, just take a notebook and write whatever comes to mind. No structure, no judgment. Just empty your thoughts onto the page. You'll be surprised by what happens. Your mind will feel lighter. You'll notice patterns in your thoughts. What's truly bothering you, what excites you, and what needs your attention. You'll start your day with clarity and control, not confusion and stress. New content. How structured journaling amplifies self-growth. While a simple brain dump is effective, structured journaling can take your self-awareness to the next level. Here are 3 powerful journaling techniques that will amplify your personal growth. Gratitude. Journaling, what it does, shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life. How to do it. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for, big or small. This trains your mind to see the positive, making you more resilient and happier over time. Problem-solving journaling. What it does, helps you break out of overthinking and find solutions instead of dwelling on problems. How to do it. Write down one thing that's bothering you. Then ask yourself, what can I do about it? What's in my control? What's the next step I can take today? This method is inspired by Stoicism, which teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. Affirmation. Writing. What it does, rewires your brain for confidence and self-belief. How to do it. Write down a few affirmations that reinforce the mindset you want to build. Example: I am in control of my thoughts and emotions. I have everything I need to succeed. I am focused, disciplined, and capable. By writing and repeating these affirmations daily, you train your subconscious to internalize them as truth. The deep message. You can't control your life. If you don't understand yourself, think about it. How can you change your life if you don't even understand what's happening inside your own mind? Most people run from their thoughts. They distract themselves with social media, entertainment, and noise to avoid facing themselves. But true growth comes when you sit with your thoughts, reflect on them, and use them as a tool for self-improvement. Journaling every morning gives you that power. It allows you to identify negative thought patterns before they spiral out of control. Gain clarity on what truly matters to you. Make intentional decisions instead of reacting to life on autopilot. For the next 3 days, I challenge you to try this. Spend just 5 minutes each morning journaling, whether it's a brain dump, gratitude, problem-solving, or affirmations. Be brutally honest with yourself. Don't filter your thoughts. Notice how your mind shifts, how you feel lighter, clearer, and more in control. If you commit to this, you'll realize journaling isn't just writing, it's a conversation with yourself. And that conversation is the most important one you'll ever have. Most people think of exercise as something they should do, something for weight loss, muscle gain, or looking better. But the true power of movement goes far beyond aesthetics. Exercise is a mental reset. It clears your mind, sharpens your focus, and builds the kind of discipline that transforms every area of your life. When you commit to daily movement, you are not just improving your body. You are training your mind to be more resilient, focused, and in control. The problem is, most people treat exercise as optional. They say they will work out when they have more time, when they feel motivated, or when life is less busy. But the truth is, If you do not make time for your body, you will be forced to make time for illness, fatigue, and burnout. If you want to take control of your life, start by taking control of your body. How making movement non-negotiable transformed. My energy and focus. For a long time, I saw exercise as an extra, something I would do only if I had time. On busy days, I skipped it. On stressful days, I told myself I was too tired. But the more I skipped, the worse I felt. I noticed a pattern. Some days I felt clear, productive, and motivated. Other days I felt sluggish, unmotivated, and distracted. My mood would swing depending on stress, and my ability to focus was all over the place. Then, I made a decision. I would move my body. Every single day, no matter what. At first, I kept it simple. Just 10 to 15 minutes of stretching, bodyweight exercises, or walking. Some days I wanted to skip, but I forced myself to show up. Within 2 weeks, everything changed. My energy levels became stable. My focus improved. My stress levels dropped. The biggest realization was that exercise is not just about fitness. It is about discipline. When I learned to push my body even when I did not feel like it, I started applying the same mindset to my work, my habits, and my personal growth. How the discipline from exercise spills into every area of life. Some of the most successful people in the world, from top entrepreneurs to elite athletes, treat exercise as a non-negotiable part of their daily routine. Not because they are chasing six-pack abs, but because they understand that movement primes the brain for success. Daily movement builds discipline. It teaches you to show up even when you do not feel like it, push through discomfort, and resist excuses, stay committed even on difficult days. These are the same qualities that lead to success in work, relationships, and personal growth. Exercise also trains your mind to handle stress. When you push through physical discomfort, whether it is lifting weights, running, or stretching, you are conditioning yourself to handle mental challenges more effectively. If you struggle with procrastination, inconsistency, or lack of focus, one of the best things you can do is commit to daily movement. The discipline you build through exercise will transform how you approach everything else in life. If you cannot take care of your body, you will struggle to take control of your life. Your body is the only place you have to live. No matter how big your goals are, no matter how much you want to succeed, if your health declines, everything else becomes harder. People often say they are too busy to exercise, but the reality is you are too busy not to. If you feel tired, unfocused, or drained, movement is the solution. Challenge. Move your body for the next 3 days. For the next 3 days, commit to moving your body daily. It does not have to be intense. It just has to be consistent. Try this. Go for a 15-minute walk, do a short bodyweight workout stretch, or do yoga. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. It does not matter what you do. What matters is that you show up. Because once you make movement a habit, you will start to see the ripple effect. More energy, more discipline, more focus, and more control over your life. Movement is not about looking good. It is about feeling good, thinking clearly, and showing up as the best version of yourself. If you want to take control of your future, start by taking control of your body today. Social media is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it connects us, provides entertainment, and keeps us informed. On the other hand, it is a black hole of distraction, a never-ending stream of content designed to keep us scrolling for hours, without adding real value to our lives. The reality is that social media is not free. The cost is your time, your focus, and your mental energy. Most people do not realize how much of their life they are handing over to these platforms. A quick check turns into 30 minutes, an hour, or even more. Before they know it, they feel drained, unfocused, and unproductive. The worst part? They do not even remember half of what they just consumed. If you want to take back control of your mind, start by limiting your time on social media. 15 minutes a day is all you need. just enough to check updates, engage with meaningful content, and then move on with your life. How quitting mindless scrolling brought more peace and control. For years, I had the habit of checking my phone the moment I woke up. Social media was the first thing I saw in the morning and the last thing I looked at before bed. At first, I did not think much of it, but over time, I noticed a pattern. I felt more anxious and distracted throughout the day. My focus was scattered, making it hard to complete important tasks. My mood was influenced by what I saw online: negative news, unrealistic lifestyles, or pointless arguments. One day, I decided to test something. I deleted social media apps for a full weekend. No scrolling, no checking notifications, just living my life without the constant pull of my phone. The results were shocking. I felt calmer, more focused, and more present. My mind felt clearer, and I realized I had way more time than I thought. It was like a mental reset, and I did not want to go back. That experience changed everything. I stopped letting social media dictate my time and energy. Now I limit my usage to 15 minutes a day, and my mind feels sharper and more in control. Dopamine detox. Why cutting social media for a weekend can rewire your brain. Social media addiction is real, and it is driven by dopamine, the brain's reward chemical. Every like, comment, or new post triggers a dopamine hit, making you crave more. The more you scroll, the more you train your brain to seek instant gratification. But here is the problem. High dopamine exposure reduces focus and patience. It makes real-life tasks feel boring in comparison. It lowers your ability to enjoy the present moment. You become addicted to constant stimulation, making stillness uncomfortable. It increases anxiety and comparison. Seeing highlight reels of other people's lives can make you feel like you are falling behind. The solution? A dopamine detox. If you want to retrain your brain, try cutting social media for an entire weekend. No scrolling, no mindless browsing, just 2 days of living in the real world. What happens when you do this? You feel mentally refreshed and more in control. You rediscover how much time you actually have. Your ability to focus on deep work improves. You feel less anxious and more present in your daily life. The first few hours might feel uncomfortable, but by the end of the weekend, you will feel more clarity than you have in a long time. The challenge: take a 3-day social media detox. If you are serious about improving your focus, mental health, and overall well-being, I challenge you to limit social media for the next 3 days. Day 1, set a 15-minute limit using a timer or an app blocker. Use that time intentionally. No mindless scrolling. Day 2, cut social media completely for 1 full day. Notice how your mind reacts without constant stimulation. Day 3, replace social media time with something that benefits you: reading, journaling, or spending time outside. After 3 days, reflect on how you feel. Chances are you will not want to go back to your old habits. Final thought: who controls your time? Social media is a tool. You should control it, not the other way around. When you limit your screen time, you regain control of your attention, your energy, and your life. Are you ready to break free from the cycle of endless scrolling and start living with more focus and intention? Start today. Modern life has disconnected us from something essential: nature. We spend most of our time indoors, surrounded by screens, artificial lights, and endless distractions. The more we stay inside, the more we forget that our bodies and minds are designed to thrive outdoors. Spending just 30 minutes outside each day can dramatically improve mental clarity, reduce stress, and even boost creativity. It is one of the simplest but most effective habits for improving your overall well-being. You do not need to go on a long hike or take a trip to the mountains. Simply stepping outside, walking in a park, sitting under a tree, or feeling the sun on your skin can reset your entire mindset. The unexpected benefits of walking outdoors. Daily for a long time, I did not think much about going outside unless I had a specific reason, like running errands, exercising, or meeting someone. I thought that as long as I worked hard and stayed productive, it did not matter where I spent my time. But I started noticing something. I felt mentally drained by the end of the day. My creativity was low, and I struggled with focus. My stress levels were higher than they should have been. One day, I made a simple change. I started taking a 30-minute walk outside every day. No phone, no music, just me and the fresh air. The results were immediate. I felt more energized and clear-headed. My mood improved and I was less stressed and more patient. I started having better ideas and deeper insights. That daily walk became my reset button. Whenever I felt overwhelmed, stuck, or frustrated, I knew that stepping outside would help me regain control. The science of grounding. How physical contact with nature resets your nervous system. There is a reason why being outside feels so refreshing. It is not just psychological, it is biological. Grounding, also known as earthing, is the practice of physically connecting with the earth by walking barefoot on grass, sand, or soil. Studies have shown that grounding helps to reduce stress and anxiety by calming the nervous system, lower inflammation, and improve sleep, by balancing the body's electrical charge, boost mood and energy levels, by increasing serotonin and dopamine. When you touch the ground, your body absorbs free electrons from the earth, which help neutralize stress hormones and restore balance. This is why walking barefoot on grass or standing near trees can feel so instantly calming. Ways to practice grounding. Walk barefoot on natural surfaces for at least 10 minutes. Sit on the ground instead of a bench while at the park. Lean against a tree and take deep breaths. Even if you do not practice grounding, simply being outdoors still offers massive benefits. Sunlight helps regulate your circadian rhythm, improving sleep quality. Fresh air increases oxygen levels in the brain, enhancing focus and mental clarity. Nature puts everything in perspective. One of the most powerful lessons nature teaches is perspective. When you step outside and look at the sky, the trees, or the ocean, you realize something. Your problems are small in the grand scheme of things. The stress, the overthinking, and the worries that keep you up at night suddenly do not seem as overwhelming when you are surrounded by something bigger than yourself. Nature has existed for millions of years. The trees do not rush. The rivers do not force their flow. Everything moves in harmony, yet everything gets done. There is a lesson in that. Next time you feel overwhelmed, step outside. Breathe in the fresh air. Look at the world around you. Remind yourself that life is bigger than your current stress. Final challenge. Commit to 3 days of outdoor time for the next 3 days. Challenge yourself to spend at least 30 minutes outside each day. Take a morning walk before starting work. Eat your lunch outside instead of at your desk. End your day with a short stroll in the evening. Notice how it affects your mood, stress levels, and ability to focus. Your mind and body are not meant to be trapped indoors. Step outside, reconnect with the world, and let nature do what it does best. Restore, reset, and remind you of what truly matters. These 6 habits may seem small, but they compound into massive change. Each one builds discipline, mental clarity, and a sense of control over your life. You do not need months or years to feel the shift. If you commit to these habits for just 3 days, you will notice the difference. Your mind will be clearer, your energy will be higher, and your focus will be sharper. But the real challenge is not just knowing these habits, it is applying them. The 3-day reset challenge for the next 3 days. I challenge you to choose any 3 of these habits and commit to them fully. Track how they impact your mindset, productivity, and overall well-being. Here is how to do it. Pick any 3 habits that resonate with you. Maybe you struggle with distractions, so you limit social media. Maybe you feel unmotivated, so you commit to daily exercise. Choose the ones that will make the biggest difference for you. Write them down and make a simple plan for each day. Example: Day 1. Spend 30 minutes outside, set 3 daily priorities, and limit social media. Day 2. Journal in the morning, move your body, and declutter your workspace. Day 3. Stick to your 3 priorities, do a dopamine detox, and take a morning walk. Track your transformation. After each day, take a moment to reflect. How do you feel? What was easier or harder than expected? What changes did you notice in your focus, stress levels, and energy? By the end of these 3 days, you will see the difference for yourself. You will realize how much of your life is shaped by small daily habits. Are you ready to break free and take action? Most people will watch this, agree with it, and then go back to their usual routine. But you are here because you want more. You are ready to take control. You are ready to stop waiting for the perfect time and start making the changes that will shape your future. The only question left is, are you ready to break free from the cycle and take action today? The next 3 days could be the start of something bigger than you ever imagined. It all begins with one decision. Start now.